Hello and welcome to Cutlery Cavern. Today I'm going to look at one of my favorite patterns of knives, which is the Marlinspike or folding rigger, as made by Rough Rider, one of my favorite knife companies. Rough Rider is a house brand for Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Their knives are made offshore, which is a polite way of saying they're made in China. However, SMKW has some extremely high quality control measures in place. You end up with a very affordable knife with great quality when you buy a Rough Rider. The one I have in my hand here is the one in the yellow composition with a badge shield. They also make this knife in amber jig bone with a anchor shield, red jig bone with an anchor shield, white smooth bone with no shield. And I also came across this one on eBay, which is done in the new hazardous swirl. I'm not sure if this is a prototype or if this is a knife that Rough Rider is going to be issuing in the near future. I have seen knives like this show up on eBay first, and then a month and a half later show up at the SMKW website. So we'll see what happens with that. One of the things you can do with the white smooth bone knives is you can have scrimshaw work done on it fairly easily because it's a perfect platform for scrimshaw work. In this case, I had the Mermaid of Warsaw done on it by TX Force O'Brien, a friend of mine. The Mermaid of Warsaw is kind of she's the protector for the city of Warsaw. She's important to me simply because I have members of my family who are from Poland. Plus, it's a warrior mermaid, so that's why I went with that. These knives cost about $12, so you get some scrimshaw work done on them, and you can easily sell them for $40 to $60 with no problem. But the great thing about the Rough Rider knives is the fact that they're $12. They're basically the same knife as the old Camillus knives. The only main difference is these are made in China, whereas the Camillus knives were made in the United States. Another main difference is the Camillus knives most of them used a single back spring, which had a tendency to break after a while because of how strong the pull is on them. The Rough Rider ones used the later double back spring that Camillus also started using. The double back spring makes it so it's not so much of a nail breaker and also puts less stress on the back spring, so it's less likely to break. You also notice here that there's brass liners in it, just like you had in the old Camillus knives. It's a single ring nickel silver bolster, brass pins. Everything is very smooth. The quality of the build is quite excellent. And you close it the same old way. You pull back on the bail to close the Marlinspike. You got your sheepfoot blade. 440 razor sharp steel, which is used in almost all Rough Rider knives. And as you can tell, it's the same basic sheepfoot blade that you had in the Camillus knives, which also used 440 steel. So same steel, same blade profiles. The geometry of the knife is the same all the way around. Terrific little knives. At $12 to $14 a piece, you really can't go wrong with the price. If you're a person who likes the traditional pattern knives for sailing, then this is a great one to go with, especially at the price that you're paying for it. It's one that you could easily give one to every member of your crew and not go broke, or if you're somebody who drops them overboard a lot, you're not going to go broke with these. You could lose one of these every season and not have a problem. So really great knife. Looks great, looks good in the yacht club just as well as out on the boat. So there you have it. If you're looking for a really top quality traditional pattern Marlinspike knife, either to collect or to use, take a look at the Rough Riders. You really can't go wrong at a price of $12 to $14. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you out there.